young Ethiopian named Bush called attention of photographers and people from everyone because of their unusual blue eyes and are extremely rare. In this world he was known as a of the 88 people with the most beautiful eyes of the planet. A notable distinction that the small kid didn't even realize it yet, but we have the most beautiful eyes in the world. Other hand, it wasn't always easy for him. He had blue eyes, ate a lot of had seen before in my life, said one Cape Town, South Africa photographer. South and had the opportunity to photograph to Bush for the first time. He described as two planets in miniature with the kindest face for accompany them to Bucha de Jitsa, a city in the Amar region of southern Ethiopia. Was born with a gene mutation, melanin, that affects the development of eye color pigment. This disease is a disorder known as E. asked Hardenberg, according to the Library, United States National Institute of Medicine. This extremely rare disease that affects approximately 1 in every 40,000 individuals. When the Bush was born, their parents would have been surprised by their eyes and believed that he was blind in. However, their parents could not afford to someone examine it or make any kind treatment because of serious financial restrictions. Later his parents referred to this unique and rare condition as a gift from God to Bush. Was photographed by French photographer Eric Laforgue in 2016. And until that time he lived with his grandparents in a precarious environment in a house built with clay and wood. Unfortunately, one day a fire broke out in his house, but Bush, his grandmother, managed to escape without staying seriously injured. The fire destroyed completely all yours and with except for one he has to Bush, held tightly in her arms. Red soccer ball. His ambition was, at some point in your future, made the professional player famous. Football. Bush's favorite team is Barcelona, and he is a big fan of striker Lionel Messi, who played for this team. Messi is the same as I am. He is different from the rest, Bush explained. Drown. The following words about the boy were shared on a page from Instagram dedicated to the region in the background. Bushing with 1,000 euro ingera, that is a typical Ethiopian dish and consists of a variety of vegetables and no meat. Spread on a leavened bread in relative silence and undisturbed by the environment. To Bush from time to time raised her eyes from her plate and saw that I was looking at him. I made the decision to break the silence. Can you tell me his age? Is almost 14, he explained. Can you tell me what you wants to be when I grow up? I'm going to be doctor, he said. Not you, model. Professional might be a good idea. I spoke to Bush and he responded firmly and with a touch of sarcasm, despite the fact I'm not familiar with the fashion models. Think it might be interesting. I couldn't help but laugh a little bit at him. Didn't even bother to smile. When was born, my parents believed that I was blind. When people realized that I could see, some referred to me as a cursed one, and many of young people in my city refused to relate to me anyway. They used to tell me that I needed fix my eyes. I could from home and lives in the streets where I entered many fights with other people. That's why I ended up with this scar and the finger right index. He pointed to the bow engraved near the right eye. Deliver fairies in their lunch, went on When the foreigners arrived and they asked to take pictures of me, no. I thought of nothing until I started winning money with them. It changed my perspective as well as the thought of my community. Well, then interviewees remembered a article he discovered on his phone. At that very moment, the 88 most beautiful eyes in the range of planet. The cover photo was a photo taken from a bush. A boot doesn't know that. I yelled, did you know you have one of 88 most beautiful eyes in the world between a population of 8 billion people? We showed it there in the article and I noticed it. Expression on his face changed when she looked at me. Her eyes were shining like the sun hitting the water. Impossible for me to believe it. 8 million, he asked me. No, 8 billion, as in 8 times billion. Eat 8 times a billion. 8 million. His expression was a mixture of pleasure and fun. How much is 8 million? He demanded to know. The who exclaimed. Her face flushed with the light. This couldn't be real, I swear on my mother Mary. Her animation and ours. Unexpected discovery filled the room full of joy. And after that, MIB, our translator, said, you know the bush, the word and Aramaic meaning little boy. He said that most people refer to him by that nickname, although your real name be Snot Love is a word from him that translates as the good Mila is, like I said out loud. Kidding, so he's gay. The eyes to mine and nodded. I smiled, with my gaze being drawn by 2 pupils with light and bright blue. This text was produced by Clifton, a content creator and photographer who recently traveled to Ethiopia, where he can sit with Bush, who now Bucha is 14 years old. Explained, play. When I was born they thought I was blind. When people realized that I could see, some of them referred to me as a cursed person, and many of the young people from my city refused to talk or play with me. And they used to say that I needed fix my eyes, then run away from home. And I lived in the streets, where I found where I got into a lot of fights with other people. And that's how I ended up with this scar, which is this arch marked right next to my eye, he said. According to a Hookton searched, the traditional name from to Bush is a masculine field that translates as excellent, so that's Waardenburg syndrome. Waardenburg is a set of diseases, hereditary, that can cause loss hearing, as well as changes in skin, hair coloring and pigmentation. Eyes. Waardenburg syndrome is a rare genetic condition that affects the hair and skin pigmentation. Eyes. Moderate to severe hearing loss in one or both ears can occur in people with Waardenburg syndrome, though most of them have the hearing. Normal congenital deafness exists from the birth, and the eyes of the people who suffering from this disease are often very pale blues, or have a mixture of colors like a blue eye and a brown. Occasionally one eye may have portions of 2 different colors. Evidence suggests that WS occurs in around 1 in every 40,000 births and accounts for approximately 2 to 5% of all occurrences of congenital deafness in the general population. So guys, this was our video today. If you liked it, leave your like, subscribe to our channel, and feel free to leave your opinion in the comments. Hugs to all, and see you the next video.